Kept you waiting, huh?
Hello there and welcome to CrossCast episode 115, recorded on 31st of May 2023. That's a bit of a mouthful, that one. Awkward. My name is Lewis and today I'm joined by two absolute guys. The first of them being, doesn't care about story, doesn't care about gameplay, doesn't care about graphics, doesn't care about genre, doesn't care about art style, doesn't care about the game, doesn't care about hygiene, doesn't care about work, doesn't care about food, doesn't care about Coldplay, doesn't care about Coldplay fans, doesn't really even care about you. He barely cares about his Xbox anymore. There's not been a X-Players in ages. What do you care about, Alex?
VR.
Filthy turncoat.
I very much feel like that intro is like the old me, not the new and improved me who like cares about everything. Everything.
Not sure about that. Not sure about that at all. And last but by no means least, freshly sluiced and ready for action, he goes by many names. Big wobbly donkey penis, Thundergroin, Blowhard the gobbling monkfish, Bevan Slater, woman hater, Prince Fingers, Dad, Keith. But we know him as the slippery bugger, Ben. Hi, Ben.
'Tis I, Prince Fingers.
That's you.
Yeah. Hark. That's what they call me. Yeah. Hey.
What's happening?
Oh, not a lot. I've got, for anyone watching the video version of this, I am wearing a disguise today. I've got a cap and I've got glasses on because I have got some hilarious tan lines from the weekend.
Oh, do you?
Lovely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's see them.
In fact, can you just, because you said in the one of our chats how you were wearing your cap. Can you just explain for the listener?
So sunny weekend. I obviously protect your head, especially as a bald man. I was wearing my cap backwards, as one does, and I got
usually
home.
not one of your age, but
Shut up. And got home, and you know the bit the bit where you fasten the cap. There's obviously a hole there.
The bit for the back.
Yeah, the bit that's supposed to be at the back. I've now got a tan. I've got a nice tanned, perfect half moon shape, and it looks exactly like Ronaldo in the France '98 World Cup final when he shaved everything. So that's why I'm wearing a cap the correct way round this evening. And
but
also
you wish
glasses.
you'd done that the first time.
Yeah, I was wearing shades, and obviously you know what that's like. So I'm wearing glasses now to cover up the fact that I've got white marks where my shades were as well.
Yeah, the envy of every 1990s boy with that haircut. But to be honest, you could still be wearing the cap backwards because you could just line it up.
I could line it up perfectly. Nobody would know. Yeah.
So you don't have to do it now, but afterwards, can you show us?
I might show you afterwards. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been really difficult on work calls because obviously I don't want to wear a cap on a professional call.
I can't wait to see this.
It's like, it's not immediately noticeable, but I look really patchy, and then obviously if I lean forward, you'll be able to see the full half moon Ronaldo, fat Ronaldo in all its glory.
So when did you realise?
When I got home. I took the cap off, and then my wife laughed at me, and I was like, "What have I done now? Go and look in the mirror." Oh, great! Schoolboy error. So yeah,
Brilliant.
There's a tip for everyone.
That is excellent.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Alex, you mentioned bins earlier on before we started recording.
When it was bank holiday weekend, everyone's always going to be bin run, a wee tip run. It's just a thing to do in a bank holiday.
Yeah.
Bin chat.
I went bin chat. So I wanted to ask you this beforehand, but I was like, I'll wait. Because it's a good question to ask, I think. What do you call the place where you take like all your stuff that doesn't get picked up by the bin people?
That is
The
a
tap.
fantastic question for a game.
You call it the tip,
The tip, yeah.
Ben?
I call it the recycling centre.
That's
No.
technically what it's called. Yeah.
It is. I always grew up when I was growing up. We called it the dump. My family called it the dump. I think I'd probably call it the tip now, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
So again, my mum and dad, and I'm pretty sure my memories of the recycling centre, the big one that's near me that I don't have to go to these days, the one that had all those minions, like heads
I
on
remember.
spikes. As you went in, there was like a whole like shrine to these minions that folk had thrown out.
Yeah.
My parents called that the skip, and if memory serves me right, there was just a big skip that was there that folk would just go and chuck stuff into. That was before the days of having to separate everything out, and so now
Right.
any recycling centre, I just say I'm going to the skip.
Going to skip. Whereas the skip is just one, little
One thing.
Yeah. Do you know in London there's a guy that lives in a skip? Like he's converted it into a little mini house.
Of course there is.
And
That's
they're,
nice.
they're
Of course
built.
there
He's
is.
it's got like a roof. He's got a little. It's got electricity, everything, and he's just on a little housing estate, and like derelict bit of land just off a housing estate, and he lives in a skip.
Well, who pays his council tax?
You better fucking do.
Does he need to get
Yeah.
how does he get his house picked up and emptied? Is
Yeah.
a lorry coming? And like empty
Lorry?
the-
Lorry,
When it comes to his empties of
you
you.
can't park here.
Clean up, you.
Hey, riff raff. Yeah. So yeah, there we go. I think we've probably lost all the listeners
Sorry.
that wanted to hear some Tears of the Kingdom chat.
Oh well.
Not that again, come on.
No, not that. It's not the podcast for that.
No, not really. Shall we do some sweet releases? Yeah. Alex, can you sing the song?
Sweet, sweet, sweet releases.
I mean, no would suffice.
No,
Sweet releases.
Right, so I'm going to roll. I should have put this bit of the page beforehand. I'm going to quickly rattle through games that are coming out in June, and then we can go back through and discuss them if we wish. So on, I think this is in chronological order of the month it is, which isn't always the case. So on June the 1st, tomorrow at time of recording, it's also my birthday, Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection, also same date, Slayers X, or Slayers Cross, or Slayers 10. Second,
X,
Street
I
Fighter
think.
6, is it X? Street Fighter 6 on June 2nd. The third is We Love Katamari Reroll plus Royale Reverie. That's a fucking miss. June the 5th, Tiny Thor. June 6th, Amnesia, The Bunker. June 6th, Diablo 4. June 8th, Bleak Sword DX. Also on 8th, Harmony, The Fall of Reverie. 9th, Grey Hill Incident. Nice and vague. 15th, Layers of Fear. 20th, Aliens, Dark Descent. Also Crash Team Rumble. 21st, Trepang 2. That sounds made up. 22nd, Final Fantasy 16. Also Silicon City. On the 27th, Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life. 28th, Slavic Punk, Old Timer. These could be made up. 30th, Crime O'Clock. It's like something we've come up with. And then on the 30th, Master Detective Archives, Rain Code.
and for
So
saying
before we
that
get
Crime
into-
I was just going to say, for saying that Crime O'Clock is something we could come up with, it's one of the few games I can actually remember from that last Indie World showcase, because it was the black and white one with the colour and the detective thing.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember that at all.
And there
So
was
there's
also Amnesia, the Bunker as well.
was that on that list?
I think you forgot that one.
Yeah.
Is it 667 in the eShop sale?
Running in joke there.
Yeah. If you want to know more about that in-joke, feel free to join our Discord by going to thecrossplayers.com and clicking on the link for Discord, or type in crossplayers.com/Discord. It's been a few weeks since I've done this. That's why I'm not quite as smooth that I ever was as I am at the moment. Yeah, so there's a few there that are worthy of a chat, but also a lot of pish.
Lot of pish. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
overall, it's a fairly like chunky month, like big game month.
Yeah.
But just going by the title, what's this Slavic punk old timer? Oh, you click on the link and it doesn't actually take you anywhere.
That's nice.
That's good, isn't it? So that's a game. By the looks of it, it's coming out in June.
Confirmed. Yeah.
Confirmed.
Definitely a game. I mean, look, there's the big ones that we can certainly talk about.
Yeah. Trepang 2. Yes. Let's go.
Tiny Thor. Yeah.
Yep.
That's the one. Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
Imminent. Dropping
Friday.
Friday. 2 days away.
2 days.
At time of recording. Massive. What's it sitting at a 92 on Open?
Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
moment?
I thought
How
it would be
does that-
high. Didn't think it'd be that high, but
That's
I thought it would be
madness,
high.
For a fighting game.
Yeah. Well, we played it last year. We knew it was special.
That's surely got to be up there with the highest rated fighting games ever.
Yeah. I'm
It
sure.
must be.
Surely. But yeah, it is. It's going to be good for Fantasy Critic. It's an interesting week for Fantasy Critic, isn't it? Because the other big release, Diablo 4, that's Dan's one, and that's also reviewed. What's that sitting at an 89?
88. I think it's down to 88. I think it's an 88 now.
So not quite as good, but still a lot of points there. Are you, Lewis? Are you picking up either of these?
I'll probably get Street Fighter 6 at some point. I'm in no mad rush. I played the demo, enjoyed it. I played the EGX last year and got beat by Dan, I think. I can't remember.
That's
I've
embarrassing.
sponged it from my memory. But it was good. Yeah, but not one for straight away. And I've never played any Diablo games. I don't think they're for me.
Did you not play Diablo 3?
No, I remember you guys going on about it and I was like, shut up. Just
It's so good.
looks rubbish.
It does look rubbish, but it's
Even
very
I
good.
liked it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got that Hades aspect of...
No, it's more fun than Hades.
Is it? I'll look that
Yeah.
up. Much
Stuff
stuff
it carried away. Yeah, it's really good, and I've been kind of staunchly against getting Diablo 4, not because I think I won't like it, but because I think I will like it too much, and it is one of those almost like, you know how Dan is with his sort of live service games, his Rocket Leagues, his Fortnites, his Marvel Snaps. I kind of wary of getting sucked into them too much, and that being like the only thing I play for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Because I really did like the demo of it when that was released, a couple of months ago now. You know, it's just one of those games that is just pure junk food. You can almost like switch off because, you know, you're just holding down buttons to kill stuff. There's no real skill involved.
What kind of game is it?
It's like it's almost
Describe it to me.
Was it like almost like isometric hack and slash, but it's not really because you're just
Two of my favourite kind of genres.
like it's hard to
The
describe.
genre of
it's been
isometric. It's very, very...
It's it's not really hack and slash because you're not really.
nearly hacking.
It's not button mashing. It's like you're holding down X to do like an area attack and killing just wave after wave. But it's all. I think the loop of it is upgrading, getting loot, getting stronger, changing your outfit, changing your weaponry, all the rest of it. And the story seems interesting. I don't remember being particularly asked about the story in Diablo 3, but this one, from playing that first chapter in the demo, it does seem quite interesting in comparison, and one that I would actually, it'd be great to play it co-op.
What are you going to pick it up on?
Alex, you?
So it's what is it there? The PlayStations 4 and 5, the Xboxes, including One, and PC. No sign of Switch.
I'd probably pick it up in PS5 if I was picking it up, but it's cross-play and cross-progression and cross-everything, I think. But I was thinking if I pick up in the PS5 and then it eventually hits Game Pass, then I can just pop all the achievements on Game Pass and have the trophies.
Of course. Smart. And you called him a turncoat at the start of the show, Lewis. Shame on you. I'll get it on PS5. I think PS5 is my now default option for third-party games that are on different platforms. Yeah. Unless it's a Switch. If it was on the Switch, I'd probably get it on the Switch.
Yeah.
Still, just for that convenience. But we've got Project Q coming, so, who needs the Switch?
I got my remote play on my Steam Deck working, so I definitely don't need Project Q either.
Nice. Are you getting Street Fighter 6 on the PS5, Alex, as well?
Yes.
What's the thinking there?
Mainly because I played it on the PS5. When we played it at EGX, I'm a bit like, I know what I'm getting. And I've got my DualSense Edge, so I'm thinking I can maybe play with the buttons.
Okay.
Customise it a little bit.
Have you used that yet?
I use it all the time, just not for any of the things that it's supposed to be used for, just as a normal controller. But I do use it all the time.
I think Dan's is still on the cellophane.
Probably.
Along with his PS5.
Yeah. Anything else jumping out for that month?
The other one, Layers of Fear, because it's quite a big remake. I'm sure it's Unreal Engine 5. So one of the first kind of big games in Unreal 5.
A remake of Legacy? Was it Layers of Fear Legacy that's Ali Note from the Switch?
I think it's a remake of 2 games put together. I might be wrong. I think it's the kind of 2 games, a whole reimagining of the 2 games that they released before, but I could be wrong. But it's Bloober Team, and they have kind of hits and misses, so hopefully this one will be more of a hit, but we'll see what it comes. But that's the other kind of bigger one that's on my radar. Final Fantasy 16, Ben, I know that was one that was majorly on your radar. I'm still a wee bit tempted, but I don't know. It's Final Fantasy. I don't know if I can bring myself, even if it's not a Final Fantasy game, to say I've played a Final Fantasy game. That's bad enough.
You've never played a Final Fantasy game?
I've played them, but I've never got any further than an hour in any one of them, and it's just that way where I'm
Same. I think I played a bit of 7 and a bit of 9, but just got to a point where I was like, I could be playing something good.
Yeah, I remember you moaning about the graphics in 7.
Oh, terrible.
I can't remember exactly what you're saying, but you're just fucking complaining. I was like, oh,
yeah, I think it's hard to go back to.
Yeah, because it's painted backgrounds with stuff moving in front of them.
Yeah. But I'd like to play the remake of that. And, I would. Yeah,
I started
definitely.
that. Got an hour into that as well.
Really?
Got bored. Yeah.
That's supposed to be amazing, isn't it? Really
apparently
bombastic and.
It's not like there's many amazing games that I play and don't think are amazing. So,
true. But no, I think 16 could be the one. The big Game of Thrones vibes. I think it'll fill that hole. I think I really hope Dan gives it a chance and enjoys it for what it is.
I mean, I'm sure he'll get a good 45 minutes out of it, whatever happens. So,
yeah, but I think it'd be nice for him to fall back in love with the genre almost. Not only just that franchise, but the genre.
Then he'll argue that it's not the genre he loved in the first place.
Yeah, but if he learns to love it for what it is, rather than what it was, that would be a lovely little story arc for the podcast.
Looking ahead, I'd pick out a couple of highlights from July and August. One particular highlight for me, the 20th of July, Nobunaga's Ambition, Awakening. And on the 22nd of August, Smurf's Cart.
Yeah,
Oh.
that sounds amazing.
You're also forgetting on the 31st of August, War Hospital.
Yes, that
looks
also
like a great one.
a big one. Mineko's Night Market as well. It's a big one for me.
It's like something called Starfield in September.
Yep.
It's a fable.
Goodbye, Volcano High. Who's got that in fantasy?
I think I got rid of it.
Did you?
I think so.
It got delayed, but it's coming in August, isn't it?
Because you can do that when you bid for a game. You can swap one out.
But you're only allowed to drop
Conditional
one.
drop.
Well, maybe I've still got it. I can't remember.
Yeah, because you can only drop one game. Once you've dropped your game, unless it gets delayed, you're stuck with it.
I think you've still got it, Lewis.
I think it's
I've
going to
been
be a easy.
monitoring that quite intensively this week.
Yeah.
Ben's getting
that's-
competitive, people.
I've been competitive from day one. I'm thinking.
I
think
wasn't. I
Dan
was just
and
in
I-
it for the fun.
Piss off! You tried your hardest. You've got filled out half of your roster, and you're still in last place. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, but
Starfield, Redfall fucked me.
yeah, that's yeah. You're projected to come first, aren't you, Ben?
I am, yeah, still.
Don't know how.
Well, I think it's looking at future releases as well. Like obviously, Street Fighter 6 has just come out. I've also got Forza Motorsport and Final Fantasy 16, which I'd imagine both of them will be hovering around the 90 mark.
Forza will get in the 90s.
You would imagine.
I'd
so.
imagine. I don't think Final Fantasy will. I think it's going to fall just short.
But Lewis was lucky enough to get first pick, obviously. So,
Of course.
obviously,
There's no luck about it. It was the roll of the dice. I got first place, and I picked Tears of the Kingdom, as everybody would have.
Exactly. So it's an uphill battle for the rest of us, but I think Dan and I will be jostling for second position.
I don't know. I think the 2 years, well, I think the 3 years are going to get stung by your counter picks, to be fair.
I will admit that when I saw Alan Wake 2 in that PlayStation showcase, I was a bit like, bollocks. Because it did look good, and it has got a release date now.
Because I'd say each of you are losing at least 15 points in your counter picks.
Yeah.
I'm not, because Spider-Man's
Yeah.
definitely getting delayed.
What's Dan's counter pick? Is it
Starfield.
Starfield? Yeah. That's a bold choice.
It's a bold man.
All right, should we jump into it and do a quick pick up and play?
Yeah.
Yes.
A quick pick up and play. It's a section where we discuss things that we've picked up and that we've also played. Ben and Alex, have you picked up anything?
Just Street Fighter, which isn't here yet. That's that.
Nope. Nothing.
Nope, just a dodgy tan line. What you been playing, Ben?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing this week. Well, tell a lie. I've played some VR stuff, which will be covered on Crossbutton VR, the UK's favourite PSVR 2 podcast. But as opposed, actually, I played a bit of Humanity out of VR. Played a little bit of that. Did another sequence, which is what they call their worlds, and I really like that game.
It's
It's
cool.
a real head scratcher. I think you'd like it, Lewis.
I started it earlier on after I finished my work. I think I'd played through the first 4 or so stages before I had to turn it off. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Think you'll go back to it?
Probably not.
Okay. Interesting it is.
Yeah, no, I think I will. It's just that it's probably going to be one of those that, unless it properly grips me, I'll just sort of dip in every now and again. Yeah, but it was good.
Yeah.
I liked what I'd played.
That's good. Yeah, it is one of those that I've just sort of dipped in and out of. Like, played First world in VR, second world non-VR.
So what's the difference?
Just the perspective, really. I think that's the only major difference. I think I probably prefer it in non-VR. I find it a bit like as cool as it looks in VR. I find it a bit easier to control when it's just the pancake version. A bit less fiddly, a bit more intuitive. So yeah, I'll probably stick with it non-VR, to be completely honest. But
listen to CrossCast in VR, and I'm sure you'll get a very different story.
I'll say the exact opposite. Yeah. Oh, the godlike sensation is just fantastic. Yeah, that's actually true. But no, on balance, I probably prefer it on a two-dimensional screen.
Anything else?
No, I mean I'm sure you'll probably get onto Tears of the Kingdom. I worryingly haven't felt like playing that since the last time we spoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just haven't been in the mood for it. I'm still at the same place where I was last time, which was at the start of the second temple.
Yep.
And I don't know whether it's the slightly oppressive setting of that temple, but I just haven't felt like doing it.
I've tried to do it. I can clue what's going on.
Right. Yeah, there's something about the entrance to it that's like, where does it even start?
Yeah.
And that put me off. And I tried playing it the other night for like 2 minutes and just got frustrated and just said, right, I'm not in the mood for this. Went and like smashed some things in VR and that at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, I've that's all I've really been playing. I've gone round and I've filled out the map just before we started here. I've got the whole map.
Nice.
I've done all of the dragon tiers, the glyphs. Just did that about 8:10 this evening.
Wow. So you've got the full story.
Yes.
So you know exactly what's happened. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Perhaps. Yep. So yeah, I'm still enjoying it. I can't see myself playing anything else like meaningfully for the next little while. Like I said, again earlier on today, I went back to try and do the second temple, and I was like just wandering around outside the gate, basically going, looking up, saying, right, I can see stuff up there. Am I meant to go there? What's happening? And then just kind of zipping about on some carts and not really understanding where I'm meant to go.
Yeah, there's something about that because the first temple, there was like pointers on the map where you should go, wasn't there?
Yeah.
But they don't appear to be there for this temple. So
see, that's the thing. When the map first sort of filled out for that temple, it did highlight bits.
Right.
But when I went back to that bit today, because I think it was just after we spoke last week that I went there, I went back there today properly, and I couldn't see them. I was like I just don't know where I'm meant to go. Have I done something wrong? I mean, I bet you it's really simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just something we're not seeing. But yeah, so it's it's
still yeah, it is a bit. I'm sure I'll go back to it. I think I had a similar thing with Breath of the Wild where I took a bit of a break from it. I think it is just a bit like
it's a lot to
too
do.
much of a good thing almost, and you're a bit like, yeah, do you know what? Like we said with Diablo 4, like I don't want a game to consume me entirely if I can avoid it. I think the only exception to that was like Elden Ring. that I just could not stop playing. But I think I was obviously in a very different place mentally, a different headspace, one might say, at the time, where I kind of needed that escape.
Yeah. So, Alex, apologies before we come to you. In comparison to last year, Ben, and Alex as well, how many games have you completed this year?
Oh, nowhere near as many.
No, nowhere near.
Same. I've done,
I think,
2 or 3, I think.
Yeah, I think I might have done 10 or 11, maybe.
I'm not as many. I think I might be about 5 or 6. Certainly no more than that.
Because I've been updating GG every time I've completed a game.
I've tried to.
Yeah,
it's my way of tracking it, because I was like, I don't want to put it on Twitter like I did last year.
No.
Because I was like...
No, I don't think any of us are doing that this year, are we?
No. Where is it? 2020. Yeah, three games. My 3 games for this year. Superliminal, which I've already completed before. Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins, and Metroid Prime. That's it.
Well, I've done 7.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, actually.
That is it.
Just looking for my 2023 completions. Yeah.
8.
Okay, so I've done 10. So it was a mix of basically VR, which tend to be shorter games anyway, and then Persona 5 Royal, which was a big one.
Oh yeah,
Prime.
I forgot that was this year.
Yeah, that was the first game, and then Resident Evil 4, still my game of the year, and then the most recent one has been Advance Wars. Although I only completed Advance Wars 1, which according to my Switch took me 30 hours. And it's supposed to take like 12 hours or something like that.
Are you like really considering each move before you take it?
I think I am. I can remember like I used to play chess with a mate of mine, and he would walk off because he would get so pissed off with me deliberating what I should do. He'd go, I can't, just hurry up. And I'm like, I don't know, what if... but yeah, I was like, I've listened to podcasts and people say they finished that in like 12 to 15 hours. On normal, and I was playing it on easy as well. So I'm like, yeah, what's wrong with me?
Different this year.
Yeah, different vibe. Vibe.
Apologies, Alex. Move to you for you played.
Yeah, I mean, well, probably this is the game I did finish. So this is one that's on my list. So I think I mentioned this last week. I'm sure I mentioned that I started playing this. So I finished Planet of Lana last night.
Oh yeah.
Oof. Very, very good. Very good. Like it just tells a really nice story to a really nice soundtrack. It is beautiful. Like, so the hand drawn images, like the set pieces, the way the camera pans in and out as you're kind of going through, and being able to tell what is a pretty tragic but nice story to a certain extent without any dialogue, without any real. There are some cutscenes, but like not a huge amount of cutscenes, like without, so there's like no subtitles, no nothing. It's just pure like some noises between like Lana and our, is it Lana? I don't even know if she's called Lana. It doesn't tell you about that, but you get Lana, and then you get like her little companion. It's called like Mui, and you basically like you're controlling the companion to get through the game, and just the kind of noises and the kind of like interactions between them, and then some of the bits, but like there's just some moments in the game where you're going along and it'll just kind of, the camera will pan out and it'll almost become a bit of a set piece, but it's not a cutscene because you're still moving and still controlling the character, but like it's like but you'll just be focused on the backdrop, and then maybe like it'll be like a sunset or a sunrise or something like that, and then the proper like track kicks in, and it is stunning. Like, it's so nicely done for this being someone's first game. I think they've done an incredible job. It's really, really good. It deserves the praise that it's getting. It's on Game Pass. If you've got Game Pass, play this game. And it's only 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 at a push.
That's good.
It's not a long game.
I never played it when 15 for you, and that's on story mode. Yeah, everyone else played it last year, I think, EJX. I never.
Yeah, I think we were filming, because I remember Dan sat down. I think Alex maybe.
Yeah, me and Dan were sitting playing it, yeah.
And that's when Mark appeared. wearing his teacher's vest.
Ghillie thing.
Is it, so gameplay wise, is it more puzzly like Inside, or is it actiony like Ori?
Puzzly.
Would you say? Right.
So it's more puzzly. It's a bit like, right, you're almost, it's not quite in a puzzle room, but you're almost like each bit you're almost kind of presented with a puzzle room, and it's like, how do you use what's there to get from A to B? And it's like, some of it's whether it's me, like, you need to say, how do I get from that platform to that platform to that platform, and use MUI to go and like open up bits and kind of help you through it, or it's stealthy, so it's like you've got these robots kind of trying to take you out, and it's like, how do you get through, like tracking your movements to work out like when you need to go and what distraction you need to put in place to get past and things like that. So it's far more puzzly than actiony. There's not really any action. There's a couple of bits where it results in action, but there's no action at all, like as you as a character directly.
So is there any combat at all, or is it all puzzle?
It's all puzzle.
Okay. Interesting. I might have to dust off the Xbox.
I think you'd like. I definitely think you'd like it.
Yeah, it sounds and looks like I would.
And it's one you can sit and it doesn't even require, like, it's not like you'd want. I mean, you could sit and just try and get through it in a night and play it, but you can also, like, I've played it very much like half an hour here, half an hour there, and it didn't detract from it in any way. You can play it well that way as well. The only thing, like, there's, so like to get all the achievements, you need to do like a deathless run. I'm like, well, I'm not doing that again. I need to start like, and but one thing I was really surprised about. So like, as you're going through the games, you need to find like these shrines, and they're usually just like off the screen to a path like the opposite way or something that you're going. And there's 10 to find as you go through the game. And I found like the first 2, and then I didn't find one until like 7, because they're numbered when you pop the achievements. You get an achievement for each one. And like, I genuinely thought, like, there's no, how on earth did I miss like 5 in a row? Because it's not like there's many opportunities or ways. And then after that point, I found all the other ones without really looking, and like, there must just be a section in the middle somewhere that is like really
a
bit,
secret pathway or something.
yeah. But it does have that kind of inside, like some of the bits, so you've kind of get different settings. You get the kind of green bits, like we seen when we were playing at that bit of AGX, but you've got kind of more underground bits and factory bits, and you do get that kind of limbo vibe almost in some of it, the darkness and bits and pieces like that. And it really, there is some different contrasting areas, and it just really shows off the art style of it. But yeah, I think you would like it.
I'm going to charge up my Xbox headset ahead of starting that game, maybe this weekend.
You mentioning Ori there just got me in the mood to play Ori.
Yeah,
Ben.
It does. It is one of those games where I have often thought, I quite fancy playing through Will o' the Wisps all over again.
Yeah,
not many games like that.
Now that we're talking, like, and that was at the Thunderful booth last year, EGX, is got me thinking about that other Metroidvania that we played.
Yeah,
with the person,
what
like,
was it called? With the geometric shapes.
Yeah,
So
on
what
screen.
was it? I wanted to say it was like Worldless or something like that.
Something like
that. Yeah, it was. Oh God, what was that?
I enjoyed that. It was a bit tricky in the 4 minutes or something that we had, but it was a cool concept.
Yeah, I'm trying to Google. That's weird.
And also, speaking of Thunderbolt, they did announce today that there's DLC coming from the last hero of Nostalgaia, and it's coming to other platforms. I think it's coming to Switch and to PlayStation now as well with the DLC.
Are we going to coincide that with our written review?
I've done a review on the podcast.
What's a written review?
Jokes.
I've got my notebook here. Look, it's still here. There's also my passport. There you go.
Dox yourself. That is a lovely notepad.
Let's see. What's the guy called? No, it looks like Kirby. He has a really high-pitched voice, and he's very, very grim, even though he looks and sounds so happy. It's like the... just talk amongst yourself. I'm just looking through my notes.
I genuinely don't know what the fuck you're talking about anymore.
There's a wee thing. It looks like Kirby, big smiley face.
That game was called Worldless, Alex. Well played. Well played, that man.
The Kirby thing is called the Reservoir of Pain.
Right.
But it's just this little short blobby thing. It's quite funny.
A wee blobby thing.
Good game. Good game.
Yeah, I am all in on Planet of Lana, Alex. I'm going to download that puppy.
I hope you enjoy it, Ben. I think you will.
I think I will.
Good. Alex, apologies, I cut you off. What were your other games that you'd completed this year? Just to round off.
So there's a few BR ones. There's Moss in there. There's Red Matter 2, probably my favourite game of the year so far. Also God of War Ragnarok, which I completely forgot was the beginning of this year that I actually played that. Hi-Fi Rush, great game, one that Lewis loved. So I can't now remember. I did just look at the other ones. There's a I Am Dead, I think a Annapurna game I played on PlayStation. That was alright. There was some more, but nothing major. Planet of Lana, which I haven't added to the list yet. Yeah, so far fewer than I've done in prior years, but I've just not had as much time.
Yeah,
simply.
Not much time and not as bothered.
I think that's it for me. I've probably had just as much time. I'm just not as asked about. I think I was determined last year to try and do like one a week, to try and get to like 52, almost just for the sake of it. But no, not only that, but also you get ribbed about never finishing games and things like that. It gets to you. But yeah, this year I just don't care anymore. I think I'm quite close to the end of that Shadows over Loathing.
Oh yeah.
And I was really enjoying that, but then I got to a point where whatever. And I'm pretty sure I'm about an hour or two away from finishing it. And last year I would have pushed through, but now I'm like, I actually don't feel like playing it now. So
yeah,
we value our time a bit more now, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, do what you want.
Just do what you want.
There's also been that element. We've probably been playing a lot more games that you can't complete, like particularly in the VR space with things like Beat Saber, Synth Riders, like all those kind of things. Walkabout. There's been a lot more kind of uncompletable games. I don't know how you would really.
Little ditties,
yes, and little ditties.
But then also the flip side, this has possibly been one of the best years for games
for a while,
ever, for a long time.
Yeah.
Whereas last year, I look at the start of the year, and it was pretty much just Elden Ring in the first 6 months.
Yeah.
With maybe
Horizon
triangle strategy I really liked.
That's mad that was last year. I don't believe it.
Whereas this year, there's almost been too many. Like, I haven't been able to pick up Dead Space. I haven't been able to start Octopath Traveler 2. It's almost like too many big games.
Yeah, and it's like when you see those games, it's like I'd like to play it, but then you think about the time commitment.
Yeah,
it's a big thing.
That's what puts me off, and that's probably the main reason why I haven't started Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
because I just feel like I cannot commit that amount of time to a game.
Yeah,
at the minute
it's daunting.
Yeah,
and then we're just coming into show season. All the showcases are about to hit, and it's just going to get worse or better. It depends how you look at it.
Better. It's going to get better. Yeah.
All right. Well, to round off tonight, to finish us off, I have prepared a little quiz. And I prepared this quiz in the style of Mr. Daniel Ward, in that I asked ChatGPT.
Oh no.
I'm so good at quizzes.
Ask us questions. So there's a couple of. I wasn't too specific on my second question to ChatGPT, so there's a few different ones here. One prompt: give me 20 random gaming questions written in the style of a rhyme. Then I've also asked for. I said, give me 20 more written in the style of a limerick, but these are not questions. I wouldn't say. And then I thought
the just limericks.
yeah, the just limericks about games. So maybe I'll do a couple of them first. And then I thought the first questions were too easy, so I said 20 tricky gaming questions written in rhyme. So we can just chop and change, I guess. So let's see the limerick. There once was a plumber named Lou who hopped through pipes, it's true. With mushrooms he grew and saved princesses too. In the mushroom kingdom he'd ensue. That's terrible.
Jesus Christ, that's butchering.
In a galaxy
Dan to
far, far
sing
away, Jedi knights in robes would sway. With lightsabers they'd clash, in epic battles they'd thrash. Star Wars fans would forever play. Whoa. There was a young hero named Lara. Tomb raiding, she was quite the star A.
Stara.
The
The
star.
Stara, like she was the star of Tomb Raiding. All right,
Fuck it,
that's
yeah.
fine.
Star A. Stara, yep. With her dual pistols blazing, ancient treasures she was chasing. A courageous adventurer. Hurrah.
Rhyming Lara with hurrah
Hurrah!
There you go.
and Stara.
There was a young hunter, a witcher, battling monsters with a silver flicker. With potions and spells in dark forests and fells, he'd slay beasts with his witcher.
Brilliant.
Fucking terrible.
What a
One more
letdown.
of these.
Chat GPT needs to get better.
I'll do one more of these.
I think we're all safe. They're not going to take over anytime soon.
Yeah. There once was a creature called Creeper, in Minecraft a sneaky little sleeper. With a hiss and a boom, players met their doom, exploding, leaving.
What?
Think it got fed up, that one.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's all it said. Right, question. So, quite easy. You can work together. Should you
Okay,
need to.
let's work together. Let's do it.
The first one's very easy. In Super Mario... wait there. Read this first. In Super Mario, who's the hero jumping high? A plumber in red. Tell me, who am I?
Mario.
Of course. In the world of Skyrim, where dragons fly, which race dominates the land? Oh my!
Sorry, say that again?
In the world of Skyrim, where dragons fly, which race dominates the land? Oh my!
I don't know which race dominates the land in
No.
Skyrim.
Sorcerers, are they a race? I don't know.
Elves.
Elves.
Nords, you said it there, Alex.
Nords, right.
This one's a bit tenuous for being a game. A treasure hunter skilled with a whip. Name the hero who explores ancient crypts.
Well, he might be in a showcase next week. You never know. Indiana Jones.
It is indeed. In the game Overwatch, a team-based brawl, which hero wears armour, tall and all? Fucking hell, man.
I don't know any of the Overwatch heroes. Do you, Ben?
I only know Tracer, and I don't think that's the
Reinhardt.
monkey guy.
Oh, I've heard that name.
Yeah, I've heard that name.
I'm going to move to the tricky ones because these are
Well, they're not the tricky ones.
Those are the easy ones.
the easy ones.
Okay.
Tricky ones. Here we go. In a mystical land with a sword in hand, name the hero of the Triforce brand, journeying through time to rescue Princess. Which legendary game brings you bliss?
Dunno.
That's well, Link is his name,
Yep.
and the game is Zelda.
Yep.
Legend of Zelda. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
These are bad.
Not Smash Brothers, though.
In a post-apocalyptic wasteland so vast, which game series unfolds the bomb's
The Last of Us.
aftermath?
Fallout.
Oh,
It's Fallout. Well, we're there. It is Fallout. Number 3. Must have been running out of ideas here. With towers to climb and puzzles to crack, name the game with a hero in green to attract. Saving Hyrule from an evil king's curse, can you name the classic adventure verse by verse? Ooh.
I mean, is it the same as the other one?
It's Ocarina of Time.
Oh, right, okay.
I should have vetted these beforehand.
No, at least the limericks were good.
We were having another for the answer is Zelda.
In a pixelated world where creativity thrives, name the game where blocks let your dreams arrive. Building structures and crafting
Minecraft.
away. Can you guess this popular sandbox? I say.
Roblox.
Minecraft. Yep. German for Minecraft. Let's do two more. In a land of high fantasy with quests untold, name the game where heroes are bold. Battling evil with spells and swords, can you identify this realm in words? He's making me wince.
So they've rhymed swords with words.
Hmm.
Is it Final Fantasy?
It's not. It's apparently Skyrim.
Oh, I was going to say
Another
Skyrim.
one for
I was going for that Ethan answer. Skyrim.
In a land of ancient mythology so grand, name the game with gods at command, battling mythical creatures and epic tales. Can you guess a series that never fails?
No.
Redfall.
God of War. God of War, apparently. Well, that was awful. Apologies to the listeners.
We need to give ChatGPT some feedback.
Yeah. Poor show.
There was a young Spartan named Kratos, a god of war with fury and bravos, I guess is what it wants me to say. I've lost it. He'd slay gods with his blades. In battles he'd wade, seeking vengeance. He'd unleash sorrows. There was a young Spartan named Kratos, a god of war with fury and bravos. He'd slay gods with his blades. In battles he'd wade, seeking vengeance. He'd unleash sorrows.
Soros.
Yeah. Huh.
There once was a plumber named Luigi, Mario's brother, quite lanky and... Oh, wait there. This again. There once was a plumber named Luigi... this might be a made-up word. There once was a plumber named Luigi, Mario's brother, quite lanky and... Luigi? L-U-G-I?
Buggy.
L-U-G-I.
Do you get big ears?
Luigi? Luigi? L-U-G-I? That's Google. That's a Google-worthy one, that. The often
Did you mean Luigi? Yeah. Images for Luigi. It was apparently a people of ancient Britain, known only from a single mention of them.
Okay, well, that word has made it into this limerick.
Wow.
Though often second fiddle, his jumps were quite middle, but his brave was for it. But his
He jumps higher than Mario.
second fiddle, yep, his jumps were quite middle, but his heart was forever Puigi.
Well, there's our episode title. Our hearts are forever Puigi. Christ.
Deary me. Yep, look at it. No, we're not getting any
Good
better
stuff.
than that. Not getting any better than that. So yeah, that brings us to a close today.
Oh, thank God.
Ben, you had something nice to say at the start you wanted me to do.
Oh God, that seemed like so long ago. What was it?
That's something about patrons.
Patrons. Yes. Well, you're going to do your whole patron.
Yeah.
spiel first, weren't you?
I always say thank you to the patrons. It's been so long since I've done this. I don't know what I normally say. Normally I would have my internalised script for reeling this off. But I'll have to go by what's written on this bit of paper. So to dedicate this episode to our beautiful patrons. In this last week we've lost one. My boss Richie is no longer with us. He died.
You got a good team.
Yeah, say thanks to our patrons, Ethan Hunt, Steve, Sticky Simpson, Nate Ellingsworth, Carl Hughes, Sean Hughes, Jason Frost, Sarah Purbrick, Rebecca Rudranath, Luke Cooper, Kevin Scully, Mark Hammond, Rune Storm, Phil Marshall, and Lalena Des Hotels. Thank you very much. Your contributions are very much appreciated. Thank you. Ben, you asked a question in WhatsApp earlier to our patrons.
I did, and I thought, we're going to do a quick Patreon podcast after this. Let's ask the patrons in our WhatsApp group what they want us to talk about. And it's pretty much just been pineapple on pizza, chicken in pasta. What sauce do you like on your chip shop chips? That sort of thing. So if that and Philip Schofield.
Yeah,
so if
Schofield.
If that sounds like compelling content to you, and you want to have a say on the content of our Patreon podcast, then come and join patreon.com/thecrossplayers from as little as £2 a month, and that money, we should also say, goes towards making this show and our other shows better. I have literally just today ordered a new mic arm to.
You don't use a mic arm just now, do you?
No, I don't. I just use a humble stand. So that that's helpful. We were able to send Dan and Ethan to the format last week as well. Again, thanks to patrons' contributions. So it does all go back towards creating the content that we make here. So thank you all, patrons.
Thank you. All right, I think that's it.
Can we finish in a limerick?
Yes.
Let's
do a live one. Let's ask it a new one.
A limerick to close the show.
Right, yeah, right. Limerick to close a gaming podcast. Here we go. Thanks for tuning in. We're through. This gaming podcast bids adieu. We hope you had fun with games, laughter, and puns. Until next time, may your high scores accrue.
I mean,
that's actually the best one.
If that had said gamer score, then it would have been like, we love you again. But high scores will do.
High scores will do. And everyone, please remember, keep your hearts, Puigi.